Hello, welcome if you are new, welcome back if you've seen my videos before. So I am starting a new video series called Confessions of an Ex-Fat Girl because for a good portion of my life I was fat, and I'm now considering myself an ex-fat girl because I never want to go back there. I never want to be there again. So I thought that my first video would be just telling you a little bit about my journey. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit quick because it has been a very long journey. And there are many different parts of this journey. I'm gonna start at the very beginning. So through my childhood, I don't really think I was ever really overweight. I was a normal, active child. My mom fed us normal food. We weren't overly fed junk food or fast food or anything. She made healthy meals. I was normally active. So throughout my childhood, I don't think I was ever really overweight. I did have like a period of time around maybe like 5th, 6th grade where I kind of started to pick up a few pounds, and then into like 7th grade and 8th grade was when I kind of started with like a food addiction, I think. So in 7th grade, I was coming home from school by myself because I was old enough to stay at home by myself. And when I got home, I would eat any kind of junk food I could. I would eat cookies, like Hostess, Little Debbie kind of cakes. I remember I would make Easy Mac when I got home, and we used to have Pringles, and I would eat the Easy Mac with Pringles. I put on a good bit of weight, and I remember standing on the scale in my parents' bathroom, and I was maybe weighed like 156 pounds, 158 pounds, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot get to 160 pounds. Around that time, I started to be aware of what my body looked like, what was considered an attractive body type, and started to kind of become aware of boys and other girls and the kind of girls that the other boys were attracted to. So I decided that I was going to try to work to lose some of that weight. So the summer before 8th grade, I kind of just stopped eating a lot of junk food. Tried to be a little bit more active. I had like an elliptical machine, and I would do that. I remember they had like some little light hand weights, and I would lift those. And I did get down to around 140, 130 pounds. So I lost a little bit of that weight. And into high school, I kind of did the same thing. So around that summer between 8th grade and high school, I would do the elliptical for like a very long time. I would lift weights for a really long time. And then I think I became kind of influenced by the media and celebrities. That was around the time that I was able to get on the internet, and the Olsen twins were popular, and a lot of celebrities that were just very, very thin were very popular at this time. All through high school, I really struggled with restricting food and restricting calories. Like the summers, I would stay home by myself while my parents were at work, and I wouldn't eat anything. I remember I would eat like half of a container of Yoplait yogurt, and then I would eat the other half either the next day, sometimes later that day. I would drink tons of water. I'll just keep refilling my cup over and over and over again with water. And then I would drink a Slim Fast, and then I would make myself throw up after drinking the Slim Fast because I didn't want all those calories. I kind of continued this way all through high school, like kind of on and off. If I would start to eat a little bit, and then if I noticed I was gaining weight, then I would go back to what I was doing before. They also, when I was in high school, this was around like 2002 to 2006. So this was also the time that LiveJournal was popular. So on LiveJournal, they had these two groups. One was called the Blue Dragonfly, and one was called Cerulean Butterfly. And these were E to the D order groups, where they would teach you how to have an E to the D order. So they had like different rules. You could talk to people, you post pictures, people tell you how great you're doing, tips from these groups. And I use these tips. So one thing that I would do was when I was eating dinner, because my parents weren't home during the day, so they didn't really notice that I wasn't eating anything during the day, but they would be home for dinner at night. So I'd come up with ways to get out of eating dinner. So I would tell my parents that I was going to eat with somebody else and that I wouldn't eat, or I would get like just a little bit of food on my plate because I didn't want to waste food. And we had these cups that were like, they were opaque cups, and they're black on the inside and they had flowers on the outside. And I would just get like a little bit of drink, and since you couldn't see through it, whenever I would take a bite of my food, I would spit my food in the cup. So I lost a good bit of weight through high school, and then kind of maintained about 120 pounds. And then when I got into college, I just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't care. I wanted to have fun. So I went into college weighing about 120 pounds, which is about kind of skinny-ish, on the skinny-ish side for my height. I'm 5'3". I pretty much ate whatever I wanted in college. I ate out, I ate fast food, I ate in the school cafeteria, and I quickly started putting a lot more weight on. So when I first started recording, I really didn't think it was going to end up being this long. It ended up being very long, not exactly what I had planned, but if you've hung on this long, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end up splitting this into multiple parts and see what I can group together, and I promise that as I continue this series, I'm going to add in some more interesting videos, some more funny videos, so they won't all be this long, boring, me rambling video, but I thought it was very important to put out the journey that I've been on, where I've come from, where I've been, because a lot of people that I only know in my adult life don't know the struggle that I've been through and everything everything that I've been through in this whole journey of many different parts that I have been on of weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss. So stay tuned. There will be some more interesting videos. If you hung on this long, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.